a sneak peek Wednesday. I don't know about you, but every time I hear all I need to do is hear the beginning of that song, and I get fired up. And that's all it takes. It's probably one of the most popular motivational songs that's out there. So it really gets me pumped up and moving for the day. So I heard that as soon as I got in the car to take my son to work. That was the first song that came on, and he thought I was crazy because I was sitting there trying to get him fired up, which is kind of hard to do when you're going to school, but you know how that is. So we're going to give you another sneak peek into the Average Joe trading community today. You'll be able to hang out with us here for about an hour and a half, for about 2 hours, till about 10:30 this morning, so you can get a good idea of what happens in the room. Hopefully you'll like what you see, and if you're not in it, and you're not a member, that you'll look at joining us. We have a good time, and it's all about education. It's all about learning what it takes to trade stocks, and it's not learning the setups and all of that stuff is easy. The hard part is the psychological aspect of it, and that's what it takes. And there's a process that you have to go through in order to get to where you want to be, and that's what I focus on. So, give you my message for this morning. Doubting yourself is not real. It's not real. I know you think it's real, but self-doubt is a figment of your imagination. It's something that you create. It's something that you bring into the fold. And the only way to get out of it is to take the risk. And I can tell you 100% that doubting yourself is not real. I was the biggest self-doubter you ever want to see. And all I did was limit my ability to grow. And self-doubt is the number one enemy of new traders' dreams. Because not only do you have the market that can beat you up, but then you have everybody telling you that you can't make money at this, and this is not, nobody really makes it. It's just set up against you. You've got all of this stuff coming in, but the reality is you're the only one that can bring it in. You're the only one that can give life to all of this. If you don't accept what they say, then it has no effect on you. So self-doubt is something that you bring, that you give power to. In the same way you gave power to it, you can take it away. Because it should not be a real thing. So the only way you can really get over self-doubt is to take the risk. I had doubt, and that's what was holding me back. I started learning how to day trade while I was working full time. And when I was messing up, I kept telling myself that, the only reason I can't really trade is because I'm working full time. If I wasn't working, I could trade. But the reality was I couldn't quit work. I still had to pay the bills. I had to take care of my family. So I had to stop making excuses, and I had to make adjustments. And we talked about that, earlier this month. I had to stop doubting that it could happen. I had to believe that it can happen. I had to stop making excuses, make adjustments, and I took the risk. And the rest is history. Yeah, it takes time. It took me 2 years to work myself out of a job, but I did it. I took the risk and left. I left a contract. an ironclad contract that I would get paid to trade. Take a job to work for myself, to where the money coming in was not guaranteed. No, but I didn't doubt myself. I took the risk. A month ago, after I got off the phone with Ross and Jeff that Friday, 4 o'clock, I had no idea what I was gonna do. No idea, but I knew that I was leaving a lot of good people who followed me into average Joe trading. I mean, into warrior trading. They didn't believe it. They doubted me. They doubted, what I brought to the team, but I didn't. And I knew what was there, and I knew I had to do something about it. So I sat there and I decided to take the risk. There's no guarantee that I could make this work, but I did. I took the risk, and I believed in myself. People told me that, man, you're crazy. You're putting yourself out there. What if you fail? Well, if I fail, that's part of it. Part of trading is failing, because it's a normal process that everybody goes through from time to time. I don't care how good you are. You're going to have times where you're going to fail. And, that's what I want to show. I want to show the real side of trading. And if you with me from the beginning, the first 2 weeks, I had a pretty tough time adapting, but I didn't make excuses. I made adjustments. I had some good trades, and I had some trades where I just messed up, or I overtraded, or I just didn't do what I should have done. And I was letting this get the best of me. But once I figured it out and I made adjustments, taking the risk was well worth it. I don't have any self-doubt. I was working with a trader yesterday. We're doing a mentor session, and he's like, one of the things I noticed is like when you get stopped out, there's no negative. There's nothing negative you bring to it. He's like, you're always saying you could reset, or that's part of it. I didn't let it bring me down, and that's what I'm trying to relate to everybody. That losing, stopping out, that's all part of the game. That's all part of the process. I can stop out 3 times, 4 times, and have one good trade and end up making some money for the day. And it's all about that process. But my message to you today is stop doubting yourself. Take the risk. It's worth it. If you take the risk, you stop letting all of this self-doubt creep in. Stop not believing in yourself, because you have everything that you need, everything that you have inside of you to be successful. Everything is already there. You just have to tap into it and just believe in yourself, and just take the risk. So I hope you guys, that resonates to some of you, because that's what's going to help you get to the next level. It's all about eliminating all of that self-doubt that's not real. It's made up. And just sit back and take the risk. Alright, let's look and see what we've got on tap today. MBLY was on the scan earlier, but it has since dropped off, because we had the gap up, but then it's closed that gap and then some. It's actually gone red. It's below yesterday's close price. So there's a lot of indecision going on with that stock. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on later on. Alright, GVT is a 5-cent ticker, so that's not something that I'm interested in at this point. Eventually we may all have to learn how to trade 5-cent tickers, but Right now, I don't have to, and I'm not going to trade them. Let's see, TLLP, looks like we were double topping here at 60. So it looks like it rejected that. We're trading around 56.35 now. And it public offering, doesn't really know. And I don't like trading these public offerings. I don't like day trading them. I like swing trading them, because what I have to do is go and look behind the numbers and find out what's going on with the company. Why are they issuing a public offering? You know, if they're strapped for cash, if you know they need cash to operate, and it's probably a good short for me. But if they have some big a project they're trying to fund or something, then it may be a good look, you know, long. So probably not something I would want to day trade today. Let's see, ASML. Let's see what's going on with it. I know it's a little bit higher price, but you find a stock that can move 3 or 4 points. You put 50 shares on it, you're gonna have a good day. I think it might be. Let's see. Upgrade, analyst upgrade. There's no new news on AMSL, so not gonna mess with it until I can find some new catalysts on it. GRMN, let's take a look at it. Not one of my favorite stocks to trade, but let me see, we're at 54.85, so we've gapped up over this. Might be interesting today. I think that's on earnings. So let's take a look at this, the daily chart on GRMN. See what we're looking at here. GRMN. Say we're trading around 54.85 right now. So I'll let that be the floor. Looks like this is going to offer some decent windows here if we can get moving. Alright, let's see what we got further back here. That. Alright, so it looks like we are a little crowded in here. Alright, let's see what the 5-minute looks like. Yeah, it looks like we are a little crowded in here. May have some trouble moving up. Not my favorite of watches here, but we'll see if we can get some price. We can get some volume. You know, in the morning we can run through a lot of these levels. They probably won't come into play until we lose some volume. So I'll keep it on watch. I'm not excited about it, but I'll keep it on watch. MBLY. Let me take a look at the daily on it. I'm still interested in it. You know, like I said, it was on our watch earlier, so I'm still interested in it. We're trading around 45.75. So we're in a nice window here. Yeah, let's see. Alright, let's see what this daily looks like. I mean, the 5 minute looks like now. Yeah, so we're sitting on support here. This is why we couldn't get away from this. 45.67. We're sitting on that support. So we've got some nice windows in here. So I'll definitely keep this on watch. So we've got I've got MBLY and GRMN so far that I have on watch. TLLP, I don't see any range in. Plus, it's a public offering, so a lot of times the stock will go to wherever that price is and kind of hang around wherever the public offering price is going to be. So not interested in that. Let's take a look and see if there's anything else over here that might be of interest. Let's see, Rio. We'll take a look at Rio here. Rio and GBT. What was GBT? Did I look up GBT? Let me see. Nope, I didn't look it up. But this thing finally gapped down. So we're back down in here somewhere. Oh, public offering. Yeah, trading in a rising market simply isn't as simple as it may seem. You're right about that. Because this market has been rising and it has been tough trading, no doubt about it. So not interested in GBT or TLLP. So GRMN and MBLY are my watches for right now. Unless something pops up in the next 10 minutes, that's going to be it for me. TXRX. Let me see what's. It only has 15,000 shares of volume. No, that's not it. TXRH. Yeah, only 15,000 shares right now. So not enough volume to be interested in it. Rio was the one I was gonna look at. Ugh, that's ugly. That's an ugly daily chart. I'm not gonna even look at it. I don't even care what's going on with it. Um, ORCL is nothing. Nothing happening with it. It's dead. There's no movement in it this morning. FSLR was a play from yesterday. Well, ORC, it may have news, but it's not moving, so it's not in play. Just because a stock has news doesn't mean that it's in play. So that's why I say if you look at let's see, let me pull it up for you. You can see ORCL. There's no movement in it this morning. This is all from last night. So it's not in play today. At least not right now. And FSLR was yesterday. Don't know if you're going to have any secondary moves or not, but you know, it's nothing major right now. So you have to wait and see, you know, if you're going to have enough catalyst to drive it. See KHC. I think that was a move from yesterday too. No volume this morning right now. But if there's no fresh news or fresh catalyst on it, you know, may not be in play today. Not BNY is in a channel. It's just trading sideways. There's nothing there right now. No volume or anything. Yeah, EXAS had some movement this morning. But not sure if, you know, it's gonna provide anything the next day. That's why, you know, the only stocks I trade are gonna have fresh catalysts. Very seldom will I trade a stock on the second day unless it has a fresh catalyst and new news out that I feel is gonna help move the stock. Other than that, I'm just sticking to what's moving that day. That's what's going to be on my watch. And that's what I find on these scans. Whatever's moving that day, and it needs to have volume. So all I do is run down and look at the volume and say we got 215, GRMN. I've already got that on watch. I'm coming down. TOL is close. This may hit the scan before long. TLLP, I've already checked that out. Rio, I've already checked that out. And I just go down when I see something with volume that's telling me it's in play. See GBT, I checked that out. And that's it. And I like to have everything done by 9 o'clock so that I could sit back and watch what goes on. No, I mean, it's not a sit on hands day. You wait. You got to see what happens. I mean, we've got some stocks that may offer some opportunities. Let's see, yesterday was a sit on your hands day after the morning. We had a good trade, a good couple of trades. But then, in the afternoon I gave some money back. I tried a couple of afternoon setups and there was just no follow through. So we felt it. We knew yesterday was a I'm just reading this. We knew yesterday was afternoon was going to be a sit on your hands day. Let's take a yum. Take a look at yum. Not that much just yet. It may at the open it may set up, but right now we don't have much action. Don't have much action. Yeah, Tony, TOL, I was saying we're just waiting to see if it gets the volume. It's close. It's at 46,000 shares, but it just hasn't reached the volume yet to make it onto the scanner. Yep, focus on the first couple hours. Every now and then, if you have breaking news that comes in the afternoon, that offers some, a fresh opportunity. Yeah, MBLY is recovering. It gapped up and then now it's recovering the gap, the move down, or at least it's attempting to. But I didn't like the price action, pre-market, so I stayed out of it. I didn't see any good pre-market trades setting up this morning. All right, so now it's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna sit back and watch my charts here. Let's see. Yeah, NBLY may be a tough trader today, but I'm just gonna keep it on watch to see if it settles down. It has been spready every now and then. GRMN is not my favorite watch. You can see there's a lot of traffic in here. Don't know if we're gonna be able to get moving on it. But the key is on all of these, wait for the setup. If there's no setup, don't trade it. Don't force a setup. Don't force yourself to see something that's not there. Watch NBLY. We're running into this 47.17 level here. See how strong this is. We're still dealing with some 9-10 cents spreads here. So we'll see about 9:15, 9:20. Well, no, about 9:25 or so. We'll switch over to my SureTrader platform, and we'll sit back and wait and see if we get some trades fired off here.
Seen the things that y'all sent out yet. Make sure you copy on everything that goes out, and let me know whether or not y'all have done that. I'll be in a staff meeting most of the day, so I'll try and get back with you after 11 o'clock. Okay? Bye.
I haven't got Yeah, it looks like we're pushing that 47.17 level on MBLY. Didn't really give it a pause. Yeah, it looks like we might be trying to reject it now. Cause I was looking for a pullback the VWAP, see if it's gonna hold. This will give me an indication of what's gonna happen, what might happen at open, and where I want to go with this. Shh. Oh man, I just realized my girl dog looks like a gremlin. She has the face of one of those gremlins from that movie. Poor thing. Let's see what hit this. Nothing really. Same old stuff. That's not nice, David. Alright, so there's my watch list for today. Not excited about anything really. But yesterday we weren't excited about Tiva, and that made our day. So you just sit back, you have to wait, let the market dictate to you what to do. So we're going to do that again today. okay, Hugh. You don't have to rub it in. Must that's what we dream. That's our dream, and you sitting there living it. Yes, it can be done. Yes, it can be done. I believe in the law of attraction. Um, no, TXRH was waiting for volume to come in. That's what I was waiting on. Did the volume come in yet? TX. Let me see if I can find it. That's my coffee. No, still don't have 50,000 shares of volume. I like the chart now. No doubt about it. I do like the chart. Um, I just don't have the volume yet. That's what I'm waiting for. Let me get my coffee. It's still beeping. Go back to my. Ah, I know how you feel, Carlos. I was I was doing a mentor session yesterday, and the guy was sharing his screen, and it popped up that your battery was low, 10%. So I forgot that it was in screen share. So I'm like, my computer's plugged up. I'm unplugging and plugging my computer up, and I'm trying to figure out why this thing is telling me my battery is dying. It was hilarious. And then I realized it was screen share. That wasn't my screen I was looking at. That was his. So I know that feeling well. Nope. TLLP is a public offering, and I don't see much in there. Stop. Don't be lazy. Go to the fence and bark. Don't stand here and bark in the window. MBLY is running up. It's gonna have to wait for a secondary move on it if I trade it. And it really is gonna depend on the spread. You see right now the spread's 14 cents. This thing has been real spready. So if it gets some volume, it should bring the spread closer together and give us an opportunity to trade. Life lessons to yeah. She has to get her exercise. She can't sit there and right outside the window. I mean, they like to sit here and watch me all day. When they're in the house, they're crying to go outside. Then they go outside, they sit there and look at me through the window. Just haven't been able to figure that out yet. They're scratching the door. Go in and out. And if this wasn't a glass sliding door, I'd put a dog door in there where they could go in and out as they please. Man, not a whole lot happening going into the open here. Not a whole lot going on. Not much movement in the SPY. It's kind of trading in a 10, 15 cent channel right now. Now, MBLY is not rolling yet. I mean, it's just sitting there. It's not a lot of volume hitting it going in the open. But you can see we had a little pullback, but it's not really rolling over just yet. On the 2 minute chart, but I'm just looking at the chart, looking to see if it picks up some volume or some interest at open. That's all I see in Yum. I don't I don't think it's I should have put it as a secondary because that's just like Tiva was yesterday. That was a secondary watch, but it turned out to be the play of the day. So maybe I should have put Yum as secondary and it might have turned into play of the day. I don't know. But I'm not, MBLY is a tough trader, so I'm not overly excited about it. You've got to give it enough room, so you can't go in with any size if your risk tolerance is still small. The more experience you get, the larger your risk tolerance is going to be, and you'll be able to play these with a little bit more size. But when you have a stock like MBLY, It's the average range is a little bit over 50. It's about 60 cents. The average range on these candles. So you have to give it at least a 50-cent window to move in, to work around in. So for me, that's gonna prevent me from sizing up too much. And then, I've got GRMN on watch, but I mean, this is, let me try to open it up some. There's not a whole lot, there's just a lot of traffic there. And it's going to take some volume to drive through that. So that's kind of why I'm not so much interested in it at the moment. All right, let me switch screen share here for you. Now the toughest part about trading is waiting. Is sitting here watching the stock make moves and wait for the setup, wait for the proper entry, because you want to be in the move at the moment. And so we have to develop that discipline that we need to wait until the stock actually sets up. Now, yes, some people make money chasing, but then that one time they chase and it blows them up, they've pretty much given back all of their gains. So what we're trying to develop here are slow, consistent gains that we can continue to build our account with. When you're growing your account, that's what you want. Slow, consistent gains. You don't want any big drawdowns. You don't want a big drawdown to wipe out 3 or 4 trades that you took. All right, we got about 4 more minutes left before open. Yeah, NBLY seems to be pretty crowded at the moment. So I want to let it shake out. So I've been, and then um, TXRH, I was just kind of looking at it, waiting to see if we were going to get the volume. But, we're just chopping around here. So we're not really picking up. We picked up some volume, but nothing clean yet. So that may be a secondary. There may be a lot of secondary moves out there right now. And then YUM, we rejected here at the 20. You know, had this been an hour earlier, yeah, I probably would have jumped on this. But right now, going into the open, I'm not going to take it. However, we may wash into the open. It's just that I don't see that big of a range right now. And it may open up. This may just open up. So we have to wait and see what happens. I just didn't see too many good pre-market setups this morning. I saw one, it was a 5 cent ticker though. I don't mess with those. And GRMN, whoa, look at it. It went right down to 50, 53.50. Wow. Oh yeah, I got this nervous shuffle. I'm shuffling cards. Sorry about that. There she blows. Let's see what we're gonna do here. So I'll sit back and watch the first 5 minutes. Sometimes I will jump in after the 2 minute if something looks like it's washing out and we got big room. So this was a level here, trend line, that it ran into. I'll just leave it there. It's like around 53, 57. Let's see, 50. Let's see, well, we got another level around 53. But this thing is jumping around. Look at the spread on it. That's why I like to let these stocks settle down. Once they settle down, then I can do something on it. All right, let's get some levels on here. Since it's starting to perk up. See, we've got a level here at 6608. That it's kind of running into. Alright, so first 5 minutes is printed. I don't see anything. So the adaptation that I made was to wait, give it an extra 5 or 10 minutes to see where we go. YUM is setting up for the breakout here. But 6634 is a level, is the next level it runs into. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I don't want to get in it and then it rejects at that level. See, the spot is running into the 200 on the 5 minute, but we've got some strong upward pressure, so I'm expecting it to, the spot to push through that. Yeah, TXRH, the volume did pick up. That's something I would wait for a secondary move on because it right now it's still swinging back and forth. Um, it's still a little choppy here. I don't. Yeah, I hear myself talking. I'm monitoring it um, on my other computer just to make sure that everything is working. So I hear the audio working. Yeah, and the SPY rejected at 200. You can take a look at it here. So it rejected it here, and we're heading south. At least for right now. You know, typically it recovers. Alright, so MBLY is pulling back to VWAP here. Just blew through it. Got a lot of swinging in this. The spreads are still all over the place at this point. So really hadn't settled in yet. Kind of had a dud, a couple of dud watch lists. Some duds on the watch list here. Texas Roadhouse, yeah, could be setting up for the breakdown here. But I would like it. I mean, I get in it on a retest. You know, I like to see it bounce and pull back and retest the 9 or something. You know, I might get in it then. No, love to see TXRH bounce here off 42, possibly pull up. because it's starting to roll over, but I like to wait and get a retest of this. So then the other thing you could do is take it on a 5-minute opening range breakdown in which the low is 42. So TXRH, if you crack 42, it may be a nice trade to the downside, but it's got to crack 42. Yeah, if you have an echo, you need to reload the chat window. All right, here we go. We're trying to make that move down. We made the move through it. Now I need it to recover enough where I could get a good position here. Get a good entry if we can. Is what I'm gonna get this against 42 is what I'm looking at. But I'm waiting because I'm not, the price action is real iffy right now. So I'm holding on. I'm waiting. There's a retest I was looking for, and I missed. It ran all the way up, and I missed it. I gotta do 100 shares. All right, so I'm short TXRX at 41.92. But the way it's swinging, I could only go in 100 shares, so I could give it enough room to work. So my hard stop, my max loss stop is gonna be 50 cents. So if it runs against us, I'll be able to stop out. So that's 42.42 is gonna be my stop. That's 50 cents.
BP.
Now we've got a level here at 4160 that we need to get through. We got to crack that. Now my target is going to be, oh, you know I got dyslexia. Is going to be, I wanted to get through this 4160, but my target is going to be like 4130ish. And because I'm in 100 shares, I'm going to have to take it all off there. This is where I would be taking half. If I was in 200 shares, I'd be taking half off here and, looking to get to the rest of the move. And this is the tough part about trading smaller size, because you can't really scale out unless you have a stock that has large windows. So you can't really scale out. So I'm watching this candle here to see if we're going to claim this or if we're going to lose this level. Now, if we can lose this level and we start moving down, then you're going to see me take it off around 4130-ish, in the 4130s, hopefully, if we can get there. So we got a lot of supply. This is a massive supply zone in here, because you've got this level here at 4160, then you got the 4150 half dollar mark. So this is a massive supply zone that we have to get through.
TXRH. BP.
We don't want to see it fight back here. We want to see it continue to trade below this level, continue to work its way down. That's what we want to see. If we recover at this level, then I'm going to go ahead and take it off. And I'm not really too keen on the price action here. It looks like we're having trouble with this 4150 level. So if I could get it down to,
BP.
here we go. Come on. You gotta work your magic, man. This thing is swinging something terrible. No, once a trade is working, Joel, and I've taken profit, then I'll usually trail the 9 down. The 9 will be my trailing stop. But this level is causing some problems here. This 4160 level is causing some serious issues for this trade. So I may just have to wait because we've got the 9 and the VWAP here coming down. I may just have to wait and let it retest. And I could possibly add my 100 shares back in and I could be in full size. So I just have to wait and see what's going to happen here. There's a lot of, this is a massive supply zone that we're working through.
BP.
Yeah, Kenneth, you were watching your P&L. That will cause you to make some erratic decisions. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let this test, see if we're going to get a test of the VWAP and everything again. Everything's trending down. So, the thing is, you have to trust your technicals. Whatever your technicals are telling you that this trade is still viable, then that's what you have to go by. That's what I'm going by, is what my technicals are telling me. It doesn't matter if we make a higher low here on this candle or whatever. What I'm looking at and what I'm going to be focused on are the technicals on the chart and what it's telling me.
BP.
I don't see much in Yum for a short sale right now. I don't see much range in it at the moment. It's going to need some volume. It's going to need some more interest coming in to take it. So this is a tough morning. We kind of knew that from the start that this was going to be a tough morning because you didn't see a whole lot of setups. You had to be patient and wait for the right setup. And that's kind of what we were doing here. We just had to be patient. And we're still being patient. But because of the price action and the way this is trading, I'm going to be a little bit more apt to lock in profit. If we get down to 6140s again, 6145-ish, I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. Because we are having trouble at this supply zone here. I'm not liking the fact that we're not getting enough downward pressure on this yet. We're not getting the downward pressure that I would like to see on this. it's almost like it's starting to flatten out. So we'll let it retest. Um, Let it retest VWAP in the 9. Really have enough room to let it test the 20 here to see if it rolls over. If we get a rejection, if we pull up to the 20 and we get a rejection, then I'm going to add in. All right, Yum is starting to open up here. You can see Yum is starting to open up, give us some range to the downside. So this was a nice rejection. Yeah, Joel, for me, I'd wait for it to confirm a rejection of the 20 before I added anything to it. But that's, I have a tighter risk parameter than most, so that's what I would do. Yeah, it's not automatic. Now, I mean, here's an entry on Yum. It's close enough to the 9 where you could get back in. It's not running away. So technically, you didn't miss the entry. Let me see. We're trying to fade again. See if we can lose this level finally. It's just too strong.
AET.
Yeah, still too strong. See, watch, you want to see it get below this previous low here. If it can get through 65, 70s, we may have a decent move here. But nothing is really opening up today. Everything is just closed. Everything is just locked. No range on anything. So you have to be really, really patient today. Really, really patient. See if we can get through this.
AET.
I'm not gonna give this too much more time to crack. It needs to. We need to lose this level here. Let me see. See if we can get a rundown of 40. So I'm gonna throw an order out for half at 40 and see if we get hit. Ah, we came close. We got to 44, but no, this thing is trading crazy. It's trading crazy. Man, look at this. We can't get out of this supply zone. Van, it was on the scanner. It was on the gap scan. It didn't pick up enough volume to hit my scanner, when I needed it to. But let me change this. We can't get the close below this to save. Trying to exercise some more patience here. We might get it this time. Alright, I'm out half at 40. I took half of TXRX at 40. TXRH. I don't know why I keep wanting to say TXRX. So I want to see if we're gonna get 41. 41 is gonna be my target. I think I got 41. Yeah, 41.41. I'm sorry, not 41.40. hit at 41.41. So you can see the whole point in this is being patient and waiting for the setup, waiting for the price action to settle at the open. And then we can, and knowing how much room you need to give each stock. You know, I knew that I needed to give this at least 50 cents to make it work based on the candle formation, you know, the range on these candles. Now this one was a little bit out of whack right here. This was an opening candle, which I don't really pay much attention to as far as range. But looking at these other candles, I knew in the way this was moving, which is why I like to watch the price action going into the open. You get a pulse, you need to get a pulse or feel of the stock to understand where you need to go with this. So now that I've taken profit, my 41.72 is going to be my
Oh,
profit stop. So I'm not going to let it get past 41.72. So that's going to be my profit stop,
UN,
which essentially will cover commissions if I get stopped out. So the profit that I do have will be locked in. And remember, what we're doing is we're taking um we're trading for skill, the skill of trading, and the skill is scaling out. You know, one locking in profit does many things for you. Number one, it takes away that anxiety because you've locked in profit already. You're already profitable on the trade. And if you set your stop to where you know you're going to lock in profit, you can sit back and let this trade work all day. Right now, this trade is on autopilot. So if something else pops up on my charts, I can go after it. If there's another setup or another
TXRH,
stock that's setting up, like let me show you what I do. Okay, let's put this in limit. Um, so 4102 is where I want to hit. So say I want to go start looking at other stocks. I want to track something else. MBLY is looking good. So what I do is I'll put in a limit order. I could put in a limit order to buy at 4102. And if it hits 4102 while I'm looking, it'll take it out. Or if it decides to pop and run the other way, it'll hit my profit stop. So my profit is already locked in. So now what I could do is go and I can start looking at other stocks. Like for instance, MBLY. Like I want to see MBLY. If it's rejecting here, this is the move I'm looking for. A short from here down to possibly 46.25, 46.10. So what I'm waiting for is a rejection here. So let me go back to TXRX. Now sometimes this thing doesn't work right and it fails it immediately, which you know is upsetting, but I'm going to set that in there. We've got 4102 is the limit order that we want. That's what we're waiting for it to hit. So now I can go back and I can start tracking MBLY. So I want to wait and see if we get a rejection on it. The only problem right now I see with my plans is what the SPY is doing. It's been choppy all morning. Now we're starting to trend up again, which is, probably going to hurt the shorts. So that's going to put a wrench in me getting short here on MBLY. I'm already short. I've already got a position on TXRA, so I'm just going to let it work. I'm going to let it continue to work and try to get down it, get down to 41. That's my ultimate target on this. See, MBLY hasn't turned over yet. It's still strong. It's still pushing. We may push it to VWAP, and that may be where it rejects. But either way, I want to make sure I have it. I want to be ready. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna pull up and test VWAP. The SPY being strong is gonna kind of mess up shorts right now. So you have to wait. You have to wait on the true rejection. You have to wait on the rejection. So I want to see a rejection, and then I want to see a confirmation on the next candle. Because see, you could look at this. Look at this candle here. You could say this was a rejection. But then you look at this candle. I'm waiting for it to trade below this. And it didn't. It didn't trade below this level. So usually this is not the candle that I want to see at all. Because we've got the long wick to the downside. I don't want to see that. I like to see a long wick to the upside. So this is telling me that we still have more upside to go. This is usually what I call a reversal candle that I like to see at the bottom of a bottom reversal. That lets me know the stock is getting ready to go up. And so that's why this candle here gave me some pause. I wasn't about to jump in it yet. Let's see, let's look back in on. See, we're trying to recover a little bit here. The good thing is, you see the 9 is coming in hard. If we try to pull up, it shouldn't stop me out. It shouldn't. But if it does, then I'll reset. I'll get in on the trend continuation down. Let's see, because the 9, let's see, the 9 moving average, well, it's right at 41.72. So it may, the 9 is right at my stop right now. So it could very well go up and test the 9 and stop me out at the same time. Unfortunately, it's closed in that far. Now, if in the next 5-minute candle or so, we get a couple more cents to the downside on the 9, then I feel more comfortable about my stop, my profit stop. But see, once you've locked in profit on this, you can, there's no, there's no rush now, because I'm free to look at other stocks. I'm free to see if there are other opportunities open, and I can just let this go. I got an order. I got a limit order for my target. So if it hits my target, it'll take me out. I've got my max lot, my profit stop. So this will stop me out, protecting the profit that I do have. And I can sit back and wait, see if another opportunity presents itself, or, just sit and wait. And see, you learn this process. You learn it trading small size. You make small, consistent gains. Just like I talked about yesterday. You win the day. You get a couple of small gains on, trades, a couple of good wins, maybe a small loss here, and you win the day. When you win the day, you start winning days, then you win the week. Then you start winning weeks, then you win the month. When you start winning months, then you win the year, and you gradually build yourself up. And as you do this, you're gradually increasing your share size. Your risk tolerance is building up because you're developing skill, and you just continue to grow as a trader. You can't jump into this and think in 3 months you're going to be consistent and you can quit your job. It just doesn't work that way. I don't care who tells you what. I lived it, and I've seen a lot of traders go, their soul is paving Wall Street right now because they believe the hype, and you can't believe the hype. It takes time to develop the skill in order for you to sustain your career as a trader. And this is why I'm trading the way I'm
FB,
trading. I'm trying to teach you, you gain this skill small, with small gains. A lot of people like me, average Joes, that start with, $1,000 or $1,500. This is all we have. This is all we have, and we can't blow it. We have to be confident in ourselves. We have to learn and do this the right way the first time. If you do it right the first time, it's going to be less painful in the long run. Jeremy, it took me 8 months before, I realized what I was doing wrong and what I needed to do to kind of get my head screwed on straight. No, MBOY is not rejecting yet. It is pushing VWAP. It's actually closed above it on the 2-minute, and this candle and the
FB,
next 2-minute candle is trading above VWAP, so we're not rejecting it at all. You can't short. You don't want to short any. Number one, the SPY is running up. So if you're not already short, you shouldn't get short right now. Unless you have a clear rejection. You shouldn't anticipate anything short with the SPY moving the way it's moving. Now, if you get a clear rejection and the chart tells you that we're going short, then that's a different story. HP does not have enough volume for me to short. I mean, yeah, the chart is looking short, but doesn't have enough volume for me to trade it. It'd be too easy for somebody to come in and buy this thing up on you. There must be a level that I'm missing on TXRH. It has to be. I need to go back to the daily chart, see if I can find it. Oh yeah, it is. I I've got it. I didn't mark it on here yet because I didn't have enough room. I completely forgot about it. This 41, let's see, what is it? 41.29. That's the level that is hung up on right now. I forgot to mark it. That's why I forgot all about this. Man, that's the bad thing about I'm using Thinkorswim charts to for my charting, and it has all my levels and everything drawn. But while I'm trading, I'm watching this TXRX, and if I forget to transfer a level over, then it kind of messes me up. So I really should have covered down here at in the 41.20s. So I'll give it one more chance to get through this level. See if we can lose this 41.39. Yeah, NBLY is starting to reject. So under 47.17 may be a good look for a short, because the SPY is rolling over. You know, the SPY is starting to pull back, so this is it would be a good shot, you know, a good opportunity to try to take this. See, it has to get under 47.17. You'll be under all the moving averages and everything. Right now, it's still too much support up under it to short the VWAP rejection. You know, I would give it. You know, I let it close below this first, at least on the 2-minute candle. I mean, you see the spread. There's still a lot of support there. No, it took me 2.5 years to before I could quit work. I mean, I had to trade and do all of that for like 2.5 years. I wanted to do it in 1.5 years, but it didn't work out. I wasn't ready. All right, see, we still got some jumping around, so I needed to confirm below this level here. Before I get in.
FB.
Yeah, I had to be consistently profitable. I had to consistently, um, not really match my salary, but I needed to, I needed to make more than my salary, and I had to be consistent in taking profits every day. I had to make sure I could trade every market. And all right, here we go on NBLY. Um, so I'm not going to chase it down here. I'm going to try to catch it at 47.15ish. See if we get it. See if we get it. So I got an order out at 47.15 to see if it pops back up. I don't want to chase it down unless we close, and then, I'll reset this. And I think I might have not given it. It tried. It came close, but it didn't. It didn't hit me. All right. So now we got to close. We got to close below this. So
FB. All.
see if I can get a better entry. We came close to getting hit on our 47.15. Sometimes it does get up there and hit us. Yeah. So let me. There we got 47.
All.
Alright, try to catch 47 again. Might have been a little bit behind. I missed it. I'm daydreaming here. I was looking at the time and I might have been daydreaming. So I'll leave it here in case we run back up and get hit. But I was sitting here daydreaming and missed getting in this trade. It's trying, it's trying, it's trying. Ah, we're not getting it. It's not coming back.
UN. All.
Alright, so I'm short at 46.92. I can only give it 20 cents. I mean 25 cents. So need to put my stop in. So that's gonna be, I'll do 41.20. I mean 47.20 will be my max loss stop. Not really able to give it much room. I didn't get the entry that I wanted to. but this is as close to acceptable as I can get. So not really what I wanted, not ideal, but I'll take it.
O UN
And TXRH is still struggling a little bit. Still struggling. I want to take, I'm looking to take half off at 46.50 on this MBLY. That's what I'm looking at.
O
All right, come on down. See if we can get 46.50 where I could cover half of this. That'd be all right. I'll feel better about this trade if we can get down. All right, so we reached the 10:35, so I'll be signing off of. I'm gonna be signing off of YouTube Live. So you guys, you see what we do here. You kind of got an idea of how things work. So if you want to join us, just come on over to averagejoetrader.com. Go to services and you can sign up there. Or if you got any questions, email me, ed@averagejoetrader.com, and I will get back with you. So I hope you enjoyed spending some time with us this morning. Remember, stay green, trade for skill, and not for money. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.